Welcome everybody to All-Star Rail Yard. This is what should be the first video posted to the channel. My name is Dennis. I am going to be walking through the new Lionel 125th anniversary catalog. I'm going into this completely blind. I personally have not seen any of the spoilers or leaks or any other videos on the catalog. I've seen a couple things here and there, and I've seen a couple people's reactions not being so great. Hopefully, I don't feel the same way. I try to be at least a more positive person. Um, and so with that, let's hop into it. Typical first couple pages stuff. 125 years. All right. Uh, First thing up is the Hudson. Everybody knew the Hudson was going to be in this catalog, though it was already previously released. And pre-orders even went out, which I have pre-ordered one, so we'll see what else this catalog has. Ooh, the Commodore Vanderbilts. Nice. I like the colors that they have. Very retro, the pre-war inspired. Super nice. Lionel's uh, Locomotive of the Year. Gosh, I really like this gold one. I've always wanted a gold-plated train in my collection. I don't know for sure if that's something that I'll spring, especially with a $2,000 price tag. That's a lot. Um, but I'll bet you it'll look amazing. I especially like the Joshua Lionel Cohen on the side there. That looks great with the Lionel lines on the back. This is going to be a super nice piece. Um, Probably not going to go for anything on this page unless I really get crazy about this gold one. Ooh, this is cool. I like this, the S2 turbine. Um, I don't really like the rendering on it, to be honest, but all new product, 72-inch curve. We can read through this. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely something that catches my eye. Again, not 100% sure I would go for it, but pretty cool nonetheless. Next, we got a 242. I guess this is just a legacy version of the Scout. That's pretty cool. Um, I'm not sure if I've ever seen Lionel do something like this before. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. Probably nothing that I would go for. Uh, but that S2 is probably at the top of my list right now, not seeing anything else. The coaches are nice as well. The Lionel lines, I like the green. Maplewood, Springfield, Chatham, and Hillside. So, pretty cool. Couple more sets. I like how they're leaning into the sets. I think that's something that Lionel should be focused on. But oh my god, for $2,400. Let's see what that price of the S2 was. 1,400. That's not horrible. It's not great. Um, Obviously, if you pre-order them from a good store, just like everybody says, you should be able to get a little bit of a discount from that. Um, but wow, for $2,400, they are really just making this a collector's piece, which kind of sucks. Um, I know that some people really hate talking about how these are toys at the end of the day. They're like they're models, and it's like, I don't know. You look at this, sure looks like a toy to me. Expensive toy, nice toy. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if we break it down and depending on the price of the Hudson, but wow, I don't know. These cars, are they really worth that much? Maybe they look nice. Um, Moving down to the Lackawanna Trainmaster post-war set. Looks nice. To be honest, my Alliance definitely lines up with Steam a lot more than it does with Diesels most times. But still a good looking set. A lot better priced. Way better priced. Uh, we're turning the clock back 70 years for this set. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I highly recommend going to the Lionel website and looking through this catalog yourself as well to be able to read through and take your time with seeing what they have to say about each individual set and locomotive that they're selling. Moving on, uh, another set. Wow, they're really leaning into the sets this time, which is cool. I like that. But again, for that price, that's a really good price, I think. Is that including? That's the train with the passenger cars. I don't know. That's a pretty good looking deal. Um, Probably be a good collector's item. These are all going to be good collector's items for the 125th. The New York Centrals are super cool. Ooh, and I like this command control gantry crane. Sorry if I'm not talking enough. First of all, first video jitters, and second of all, I'm looking through the catalog for the first time, so I'm wanting to focus my attention and try to read through some things myself. Um, this is some good looking stuff. I think it's just a lot of money for a set when, gosh, these were sold as toys for these sets when they originally came out, and that's what made Lionel so special. I really like this. This is cool for a good price. Probably not something that I'm necessarily going to buy, but I think it's great for the company. This, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure what the difference is between the two. Maybe I can read through it and yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I mean there is two diesels that come with it. Um, so I guess that would be where the added price would come from. Um, Yeah, and then maybe this is for where you can dump a coal load into, which is nice. I think that they should be adding a lot more stuff like that, and that's still pretty basic. So, nice page. Still nothing that I'm super excited about. A bunch of 125th anniversaries, boxcars, and it's nice. Again, same stuff. Big celebration, 125th. You can tell the hand cars are cool. Okay. Gosh, I remember having this ornament as a kid. Super nice. Here we go. The actual Commodore Vanderbilt. I have the one from 1999, I believe it was, and actually it's still sealed in box. My buddy Mark from over at uh, All Trains and Toys in Wellington, Ohio, he had one on the shelves, and we worked out a nice deal. Mark's a great guy over there. Definitely give him a call if you guys are interested or local. This might be on my list, but already having one, but I don't really want to open that one, so maybe this one's good for running. So two things in the catalog so far that I'm halfway interested in. Now to Vision Line. Let's see what we got. The Hudsons, which we already knew about. The one that I ordered, if my memory serves me right, is the 5344, which should be the famous one. Uh, Pretty cool looking. Love the Hudsons. More Hudsons. We knew about all this. More Hudsons, but wow, are these coaches nice. And wow, are they expensive. Oh my god. Lionel, what are you doing with your coaches? I don't get it. I recently got the Hiawatha set. The coaches are super nice, don't get me wrong. Unfortunately, my observation coach, the lights weren't working in it. When you're paying this much money, you really want the stuff to work all the time. And I'm not one of those people that wants to drag Lionel's name through the mud because everybody's got a problem with something Lionel's doing. Um, but I can complain with these kind of prices. These are getting up there for six coaches, 600, 1200, $2,000 for 6 coaches. $2,000 divided by almost just above 330 bucks a coach. How? How does it get to be that much? I don't get it. I really want these coaches. I really like them. I might go for them anyway because, well, that's just how trained people work, I guess, at the end of the day. But I don't know. It's crazy. You're pricing people out of getting into this hobby. You're only getting people that are really interested in trains to begin with. Good way to go out of business in the future if you don't want to celebrate your 250th anniversary. More Commodore Vanderbilts. I'm a big fan of the disc drivers. What is the difference? Vision Commodore Vanderbilt, the spokes. Was that just a picture of it before? Yes, that is just a picture of it before. Okay. So, only 2 offerings. I would definitely go with the disc drivers if I did go for one. This is nice. Another expensive set. So the Hudsons are, let's see, call it 1,800 bucks. So let's do the quick math here. At 3,600 minus 1,800. So it's an 1,800 even split. I guess it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divide that by 6 again. $300 a piece. I don't know why these coaches are so expensive. I really I try to make every excuse I can for the locomotives that they sell. Uh, I don't get this giant price hike for coaches. Coaches to me should be around 125 bucks. Inflation's a bitch. Excuse my language. It's something that you got to deal with. I mean, maybe even 200 if you want to push it that high. 300 though, I don't get it individually. It doesn't make any sense for resale. All of this stuff's just gonna plummet. I think they do it just because they don't want to be priced at where old coaches are priced at. Um, I don't know. Don't want to speak out of line, but that's not a great deal for a whole set. Yeah, 300 bucks a piece, and then $500 for some sounds put into it. Just it's supply and demand at the end of the day. And are you lessening your demand with such numbers? Do you even want to produce that much? Is that your goal? Is to produce the least amount so the prices will still raise on them in a used market? I just don't know if that's good for business. All right, getting into some diesels. Again, newer diesels definitely not my thing. I don't have a single newer diesel in my collection. This is a nice looking one though. I like the aero paint scheme that's on it. I'm not super familiar with this with Florida East Coast Railroad in general. I'm an Ohio guy, so but I personally think uh, graffiti is a great addition. It's a lot of the older guys don't like it. How could you ruin something? This and that. There's so many problems with it. I don't see it that way. I think if it's good graffiti, if it's nice art, it's well deserved to be on a train. It hurts nobody. It hurts no product. The only thing that it hurts is maybe covering up a number. I'm sure I'll get people arguing with me about that. But um, the actual art itself, uh, this is okay. This is this is some boomer art right here. This awake now with some Z's. This is not. I I don't know. This one doesn't look that great. And I don't even think big art necessarily looks or is a great idea either. But the design is kind of nice. I like the faded blue and or the gradient blue, I should say. And I like the art direction of the letters. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. That could be articulated a little bit better. But nonetheless, this is probably the better one. As far as the small graffiti goes, it's just kind of nothing. D real. Yeah, that was somebody sitting down in a boardroom. Ain't nobody with an actual street name calling themselves D real. um, yeah, and the rest of this, it's just kind of nothing stuff. What are those just kind of lightning bolt things? It looks like they got that off of clip art and just kind of put it on the side of it. I don't know, it doesn't look that great. Looks like there's maybe another little one right here. I don't even know if you guys can see my mouse right now, but I don't know. The diesel looks good. Big art's okay. The rest of it, I don't know. As far as graffiti goes, it doesn't look that great. Some auto racks. Auto racks are always a great addition to any collection. More Legacy Steam. Let's get into the S2s. This is one that I did see. Uh, was this fantasy paint scheme? Some people were going off about it. I don't know. Looking at the whole thing, it doesn't look quite as bad, but it doesn't necessarily look great either to me. But somebody will be out there and being like, "This is my favorite locomotive ever." So good for them. These look good. I will likely order an S2. I really like this one. This looks great. This has almost got uh, a European kind of look to it. How it almost like an LMS paint scheme. Obviously, these are Pensy colors. I understand that, but it's kind of got a look. All right, Heislers. These are like logging locomotives, aren't they? Which is kind of cool. Yeah, associated with the logging industry. Cool. 031 curves are pretty cool. Great for small layouts. For $1,700. Holy moly. $1,700 for this. $1,400 for this. Lionel, where are you getting that extra money from? That's an extra $300. And it's smaller, and I mean, maybe is it new ground up tooling? Maybe I don't think so. I think these have been made before. Uh, I don't know, and these aren't like super high demand. I can't imagine. It's just why this is the kind of stuff that should be at like $900 to me. Cool, but for that price, I don't know how you can justify it. More of these A6s. We got Ann Arbor, Santa Fe, Chesapeake and Ohio, Erie Legacy, Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, and the Chicago and Alton. Probably nothing that I'm super interested in. Kind of cool. 031 again. These are probably really nice engines to have. See, for $1,000, I can understand that. These are pretty good looking engines for $1,000. Um, yeah, I don't get this. I cannot believe this price on these. Somebody explain it to me. Somebody make it make sense for me. I'm not opposed to listening to how it makes sense. It's just got to make sense. Hmm. Yeah, I don't get how this is. I don't get how this is less than this. I gotta move on. You guys probably don't want to hear me talk about the price of that for the whole video. Let's get into some diesels. The Heritage units. I like the New York Central one. I'm a little partial to New York Central. Um, Atlantic Coastline. The family lines. Okay. RF&P and Western Maryland. If you're a fan of any of these railroads, I'm sure you're going to want one of these. I'm not sure that I'm going to get any of these as well. If I was, it would be the New York Central one, though. Got your ES44s. See, my problem with modern diesels is they just don't have the same character as Steam for me. But the Conrail one looks cool. I like the nickel plate road one. That's nice. Southern's super cool, always good to see. Interstate and Norfolk Southern Legacy lines. All right, not bad, not bad. Got some Canadian National and the new merged company, CPKC. Not a big fan of this paint scheme, to be honest. The old Kansas City, that paint scheme looked great, and I don't know why they leaned way more into Canadian National. It's the exact same colors, just kind of moved around a little bit. I don't know. What do we got here? Fairbanks Morse Train Masters were among a rare club of locomotives which seemed at home hauling weekly commuters. Good looking. Again, they're just, I don't know, they're diesels. They're just, diesels are like the equivalent of electric cars to me. Sure, they're cool. Sure, some of them look nice, and some of them are definitely better than others. But most of the time I just look at them and, yeah, they're, they're diesels. Um, the Chicago and Northwestern paint scheme's nice. I like the Central of New Jersey, that all grayed out look. That looks really cool. Pennsylvania's nice. Southern Pacifics are cool. I don't know, that's about where I stand with it. GP35s, not a lot of steam in this catalog, it's going to seem like, which is kind of a disappointment. Um, I guess I have been a little negative, a little more negative than I wanted to be this review, but I don't know, it hasn't wowed me so far. Um, the Santa Fe's are nice. The chassis system's nice. The Wabash is kind of cool. Other than that, yeah, they're painted up diesels. SD40Ts. Union Pacific's kind of cool. What is this? What is this? Union Pacific Legacy. I guess it's just like an old one that didn't get painted all the way through, or maybe they just painted. I guess. I guess those are for the history buffs. I'm sure it's really cool for the people that are into it. The Wheeling Lake Erie, that's kind of cool. Rio Grande's cool. Southern Pacific, I don't know. It's all. I've seen these paint schemes on every other diesel that looks like them too. All right, so as far as diesels do go, though, I do like the car body diesels. Hopefully, we get some F3s later in this catalog. Uh, Santa Fe's nice, B&O's nice, CP Rail's nice. These are all pretty nice, actually. Chicago and Northwestern, Wabash. Um, this is good. I'm gonna be more positive because so far my wallet isn't being pummeled into the ground yet. And maybe it's leaving me for some room on those coaches I was talking about earlier. So gonna have to beat up the guy at the store that I buy them from. I usually go to Stockyard Express, and he usually gives me a really good deal. So Donner Pass freight set. Let's take a look. You got your Southern Pacific, Railbox, a couple of nice coaches. Uh, it's all right, decent price. If you're into it, this is kind of a cool tank car that you would get with it. The caboose is pretty nice. The hopper's cool. Oh, this is a pretty nice set. Pretty nice set. And I guess this is supposed to show the paint scheme's age, I guess. I don't know, some of this stuff it's very specific. It's very niche. But I tell you what, if it's your niche, you're probably jumping up and down right now. So, cool set. Can't complain about this one too much. More auto wrecks. More gondolas. This is pretty cool. Um, the radioactive, especially with the glow in the dark. RBP just put out his video of his vintage trains, and one of the coolest parts about it was the radioactive car that he had. This is a pretty cool car. May buy this one, maybe. Not a horrible price if you're getting stuff with it. I'm not sure how it's only a $10 difference to get all of this stuff in it versus an empty car. Sleeper Sounds Pullmans. Kinda cool. For $500. Kind of a stretch. Mm, Sleeping Sounds. Is it just going to be somebody snoring? I don't. Maybe talking about, making your bed and this kind of stuff. I guess. If kind of limited though, just between a basic Pullman and a New York Central colored Pullman. Well, maybe not. I'm sorry. That's could work with the Union Pacific stuff too, I guess. So, just kind of basic though. It's not very like this is not specific at all, but this is, excuse me. This is as specific as it gets. So, maybe some more colors would have done this well. Maybe it's on the next page though. Freight Sounds boxcars, those are always nice to have in a train. But they definitely have them at train at your local train shows for a lot less than this. So go out and support. Ooh, I like this. USA Rocket Load. This is a really cool car. Probably gonna have to order this one for $100. I can swing that. Um, this is all super nice actually. I like all of this. The Chessie boxcar is super nice. This is super cool. I like the orange. Susquehanna, Southern Pacific. Pretty cool. I really like this. This rocket load car. Don't see something like that. Stands out in a layout, especially for people that don't specifically like trains and aren't into trains. This gives them something to look at, and this gives them something to talk about because it's not specific to the trains themselves, I guess. I like it. Good graffiti on these. Good graffiti on these for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, it all actually looks like graffiti this time around. And then your regular box cars. Kind of cool. Um, the graffiti ones are nice. For $100, that's not too bad either. May have to consider one of those. Got the Hoppas. I don't know. I don't know how much I can explain hoppers. Um, they are them. Some tankers. Nice designs. Um, some more graffiti. Some of it's kind of like random though. It almost seems like maybe a little too random. Maybe not like artsy enough. I don't want to nitpick, especially graffiti, because it's just art at the end of the day, I guess. But I don't know, just kind of almost boring, almost like nothing to gravitate to. This is just a random thought bubble looking thing. That's kind of what it looks like the thought was behind the graffiti that they put on it. Some boxcars, 40 footers. Super Chief one is cool. Be specific, Union Pacific. Cool tagline. Uh, okay, and then into the traditional stuff. This stuff isn't really for me, so we'll just kind of flip this through this one a little quicker. Didn't mean to zoom in there. This is a pretty cool looking paint scheme, though, I will say. This Baltimore and Ohio. I like the green. I like the lighter green on the drivers. This one's pretty cool. This is a nice one, too. The Texas and Pacific, the Western Pacific, and the Crusader. This is kind of cool as a fantasy scheme. But I like this one a lot. Not going to buy it, but I do like it. Some Lion Chief Plus diesels. These are nice. Like I said earlier, I really like F3s, but I'm not going to buy the Lion Chief ones. It's just not for me. The Santa Fe's are always good to have in your collection. The Florida East Coast is super nice. Southern Pacifics are great, and the Reddings, you don't see a lot of those. So pretty cool, pretty nice. Got the passenger cars, finally some decently priced ones. Although you're not getting realism, but that's not what this line's for. It's traditional. Anything stand out? Not particularly, to be honest. Um, yeah, not particularly. Battery operated. There's nothing I'm interested in here. See if anything looks decent. Harry Potter stuff is, great for people that like it. I personally don't like Harry Potter, but I know people that do. But battery powered stuff is not the way to go. Let's just face it. If you're gonna get into this hobby, get into this hobby. Although if Lionel's gonna price themselves out for what is this, 150 bucks, that's a pretty good price point to get into this hobby actually. So maybe they're onto something. There's just too big of a gap then there between the battery powered stuff and then getting more into it. It's just very specific. Like you're gonna jump up from 125 bucks for the battery powered stuff into what was it, 600 bucks roughly for like a nicer set. I don't know. This video's trying to get long, 31 minutes. Probably talking about this way more than anybody else is. Uh, Another Navy set. It's okay. Submarine's kind of cool. Crane's kind of cool. How much is this? 400 bucks. This is pretty cool. This is nice. This is for a kid to get into this. That's where we got to start, man. That's where all of us had to start. Let's see what else we got. Liberty Rail. Track cleaner's kind of cool. Pennsylvania track cleaning car. Bert's sweep over cleaning car. The Pennsylvania one's kind of cool. I've never really seen a design like this. I don't know where they got that from. The 080s. You seen one, you seen them all. Although this is a nice paint scheme. I wish somebody would make a Cincinnatian. That is like a Weaver only made it, to my knowledge, and that was, 20 years ago. They're extremely hard to find. Love the paint scheme. Needs to be on a real Cincinnatian though. I would buy it in a heartbeat. Charge what you want, Lionel, but well, maybe not what you want, but charge what we all would pay for it. How about that? More diesels. Star Wars. I did hear a rumor that they were going to start leaning heavily into the Star Wars stuff. I am not a Star Wars fan, so. But for the Star Wars people, that's pretty cool. I've got things that I'm into, and if you're into Star Wars, that's great. Buy all of them. Comic book cars. Again, not super into the comic book stuff. The Superman car is kind of cool. Batman's kind of cool. Wonder Woman's kind of cool. So they at least look good. I will say that. More DC stuff. I like the classic Batman stuff. That's kind of not nostalgic for me, but it's plenty of memes online for me to be nostalgic about back in the day for these Batman guys. I like the Acme one as well for the rocket car. The dynamite tanker's pretty cool. I like Tom and Jerry a lot, so these are cool schemes. What's the price on them? 150 bucks. If you really like Tom and Jerry that much, I guess. The illuminated boxcar kind of looks like a TV image, yeah. It's just a still image. I mean, cool idea. And I don't think 150 bucks is too off then if you're getting the illuminated side with it. And these are 110. 85th anniversary for them. That's cool. Nice car. Oh, this is the same car. It's just two sides. I understand. Gotcha. Not bad. Kind of cool, actually. For 150 bucks, it's really not that bad. More Harry Potter stuff. Again, not super into it. The Butterbeer car is really cool, I must say, and I'm not super into this stuff, but might have to get the Butterbeer. Again, something that you can put on the layout that gets people's attention. That's not too Harry Potter to where you only have to run it with Harry Potter stuff. Yeah, the rest of it's just super Harry Potter stuff. What about the Butterbeer tanker car? The tanker car is kind of cool, but I definitely like the boxcar more. Nightmare on Elm Street. I know somebody that's super into Lilo and Stitch, so to have Stitch surfing on the top, kind of cool if you're into it. This is pretty cool. I really like the old Lionel art. It's something that stands out. It's something that's very recognizable, even for people that don't really like trains. They've probably seen images like this from time to time. So cool, cool, cool. Bob Ross got some trees, pretty little trees. Mr. Rogers. They ought to make a trolley. Didn't he have a trolley? What even is this? This is. Oh, it's Barbie. Okay. I don't even see a recognizable Barbie on the side. Not that I'm trying to critique Barbie boxcars, but I don't know. It's not. Maybe I'm off. It's not my demographic, I guess. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. The Uno ones are kind of cool. Hmm. Mattel, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots is pretty freaking cool, I must say. Especially if they're actually. There's no way that their heads actually pop up. But if they're walking around and if their arms move back and forth, that's pretty cool. Something that more people can look at. Peanuts. Everybody loves the Peanuts. Chevrolet and Ford. These are kind of cool. The maxi stacks. Pretty cool. I like the art. It's very bold in your face. And I really like the Chevrolet car. Chevrolet down the side of it's cool. I wish the Ford emblem. I mean, it's hard to make it bigger, I guess, because you're only working with this much space. But the Chevrolet emblem really works on this car. Um, Wings of Angels, some John Deere stuff. Budweiser. I like Budweiser. I like the Budweiser cars more than I like drinking it. But this is pretty cool. Pennsylvania Railroad Museum for $100. I actually might buy that because I've been there. Got the Navy. Personalize your layout. Showcase your family and friends. So I guess you can create your own. That's kind of cool. Um, for people that want to do it, I don't know how much it is. Maybe it is just still $100. But if you could personalize a box car for $100, which is the same amount of it as every other box car in this catalog, that's probably a pretty good deal and probably a pretty good gift you could actually give somebody that's into trains. Is there anything else in this catalog that's going to be worth anything? I'm not into the Area 51 stuff, but it seems like it's really taken off for Lionel, which is good. Halloween stuff I'm definitely not into. Flying Dutchman, it's kind of cool. Um, does that say Flying Dutchman, or am I reading that wrong? Nope, it says Flying Dutchman. Um, I'm sure a lot of people will buy that one. Another Stitch one. More Disney stuff in general. Disney and Lionel seem to be having a pretty good relationship right now. Halloween stuff I am just definitely not into. Christmas stuff I'm into slightly more. Maybe the Polar Express Commodore's pretty cool. God, somebody's got to have just an incredible Polar Express collection out there. St. Nicholas, North Pole Central's cool. Yeah, seen Christmas stuff. You've seen it all. Wait, what is this one? Melikaliki Maka with a surfing Santa. That's kind of cool. When I say this stuff's kind of cool, that doesn't mean I'm buying it. It just means it's kind of cool. And if I ever saw it someday, I'd say it's kind of cool. That seems to be it. Okay, okay, okay. What was that? Offers custom run opportunities. So if you want to pay $1 million to get a custom run going, go get yourself a custom run going. And this is all the still available stuff. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Let's go back and look at the stuff real quick. just to go over it one last time. Not all the way through the book, but just to talk about what I really like, what stands out to me. So starting with the Hudson, like I said, I've already ordered a Hudson. That is coming home with me. Wow, is this gold one really nice. Put this at the top of the list of wants. Not sure it's going to make the need list. This is really cool. The more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. I'd have to see if the other ones were 242s. I don't remember if they were 242s or 442s. Um, the sets are nice, but God, for that price, I just don't think so. Great, great price on this one. This is one that I hope gets into a lot of homes. And this one's not too bad when you consider, I guess, you have two locomotives. But I don't know if they both know. One's just a dummy. I don't know if that's a... I don't know. I don't know. Let's not be negative. Somebody's going to buy it. And it's probably not a bad set either way. So now that I've looked through the whole catalog, I really like these coaches. They probably look great, and they would look great running around the layout. Uh, I'm just not sure if I believe in that price. The Commodore's cool. Might have to get the disc drivers one. Maybe. Maybe. It's on the list. On the list. See, it's a shame when they put the Hudsons ahead of like a 20th century limited set, because now that I've already bought a Hudson, why would I buy a set that includes a locomotive when I could just, I guess, buy the coaches? But obviously you could buy the coaches just separate anyway. So something to look into. Uh, Graffiti, not gonna buy any of those. I've got some auto racks, don't need any more. Probably gonna buy an S2. That's gonna be on the pre-order list. If I had to guess, um, probably the 6200. Gotta be the 6200. That's the only one that was ever actually built, right? Um, this is probably the front runner, the 6200 as built. Small smoke lifters also included. So, okay. So I assume the small smoke lifters are included specifically for this one. Maybe they're included for all of them. This is a nice scheme too, though. The Tuscan one. These are ungodly expensive. I would buy one if they weren't. These are 442s. Cool, but not sure I would buy one. It's on the want list though, I suppose. Scout might be more. And then I wasn't really a fan of any of the diesels. So that is my review of the catalog. Was it any good? Was it as bad as people are saying? I haven't actually watched anybody's reviews, but people just don't seem to be very happy. I didn't hate it, and my wallet's probably going to be pretty okay with it. So I don't know. For 125th anniversary, I was expecting a lot more. I really was. So yeah, probably a disappointment overall. Hopefully Lionel's cooking up something for later in the year. Uh, it'll be a lot less 125th anniversary stuff in that catalog, I'm sure. So roll out some better engines, something that people are really looking for, and hopefully everybody's happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys made it to the end here. Subscribe for more. I'm gonna be putting out a layout update. Very first one. I am starting from the ground up. So if you want to be in there from ground zero, join us for the journey. I think it's a pretty cool concept that I've got an idea for, and I will hopefully share more with you sooner than later. So y'all take care, and we'll see you next time.